I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better Elsewhere podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is going on?
Chilling, Merc. How you doing?
A lot of stuff going on. The wrestling world, so it's been pretty busy with that, and then also the video game world because there's a lot of news coming up, and with the PS5 and all this other shit, they just want my money.
Xbox Series X.
Xbox Series X. I feel like, alright, so going into it, I think Xbox is going to have two versions. They're going to have Series X and then Series S.
You think S is going to be the discless one?
S is going to be the discless one and the cheaper version.
That makes sense. Why not?
And then the X is going to be the probably Xbox One X kind of style with things, just for the higher end of everything.
The only thing I hope they do with that is not to make it a dumbed down version. I just hope they do offer the discless option.
The discless option, it could be. I don't think they. I think that's gonna have the disc and the other one's not.
Because I think if you separate the user base from the beginning, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I could see that being the thing, but also like I think the big high point of this is trying to get people on the Game Pass. So them putting enough content on the Game Pass for you to not even realize that I didn't have to buy a game. I could just play the fucking Game Pass. I think that's what the mentality they're trying to get people to do.
No, I understand, but if you tell me my performance is not going to be as good on one box as the other box from the beginning,
no. I think they're gonna be very similar to each other. Maybe. Like the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X is slightly different as in the performance. Like it goes like it's stronger in the 4K area, but the S runs 4K. The S could play 4K stuff, and if the S could play all that in jazz. I think the X just has a faster processor.
That's that's still fine.
Yeah.
The problem I have is when you come out with something at day one.
Yeah.
And you go high and low instead of different.
Yeah.
That's the problem I have, because what's the point of buying the other one?
But I think the S will not come out day one. I think that will come out like holiday the following year kind of thing. I think the X is going to be the one they're going to be selling at this end of the year.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I think they're going to launch that first, and then they'll give you options of the console down the road.
I just don't want to sacrifice performance. I don't want that to even be a thing anymore, because I kind of resent the whole pro, and then the breaking the series down like that, because there were like 4 different versions before the systems died.
Yeah.
You forget there was a Slim involved in between that for the PS side.
Yeah.
And then like that was already performing differently because that was already a quieter machine, and then you go to the pro.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, what? But I just bought a Slim. Like, if you just bought a Slim and then the Pro comes out, it's like, what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and those were later in the life cycle.
Yeah.
So that's when it's more accepted. But it's starting to become like a phone situation.
Yeah.
And that's not what I want consoles to be, because if you make it a phone situation, then I'm gonna go to PC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how you drive me away from that whole thing. When you keep putting SKUs out that go, hey, we're 2 years in, but we're gonna bump it up, and it's like, what? But I thought consoles lasted longer than this without me having to buy a new upgrade.
No, I agree. I agree with that, because sometimes it's a little too much, especially like the S and the One X, and then like look at the first Xbox One, and then you had the S, that series, and then you had the X series, and all between them, and they all run differently. But like the X is the high end, and then the S is the middle. The S runs as much as the X, is just cheaper.
Yeah, and it's like, I would prefer you to restrict the options rather than to restrict my power.
Yeah.
I would like you to take away features, but I can't have you giving me a console that performs weaker than. Because the only way I would accept that is if you change the form factor for something that matters, like the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Whereas you see how small in comparison the light is to the initial system, you can do that and say this is weaker because obviously you're not docking it.
Yeah.
So you took away features to give me a better form factor. I would appreciate that. That's why. That's the only reason I say I know what you mean, but I don't want power to be sacrificed, and I would prefer it if you tell me I have the option not to have a drive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fuck it. I would gladly buy an Xbox Series S if it had no drive and it was still as strong as the X.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's my compromise for it. But like I see, look, if you the way you say it, if you tell me like a year and a half later, like the next holiday, there was that, I can see.
Yeah, I could see them doing like a dumbed down, like simple version for newer console owners, kind of like what they do with the basic shit. So it depends. Like again, I think as at the Series X, I think is still questionable right now. So I'm just like, all right, let's see where you're gonna go with this, because you're not launching with a strong franchise. You're not launching with like an exclusive that, why should I own this console when I'm gonna get an exclusive on the PS5?
Yes, that is true. That, well, they haven't announced a date, right?
No, I think they're both September or November.
Is it technically possible that they could launch with a Halo, or is Halo Infinite so far like that it's not possible?
I think Halo is not ready yet, because I think you would have saw a lot more of Halo within the E3 or with anything they threw out. Maybe even the launch of the Series X, and like, oh, day one Halo. And I think they could have did that easily.
That would be so good if, the same day it's out. It's like, buy it now.
Yeah. Or come with the fucking console.
Yeah. That was a big push. I was thinking about that recently.
Yeah.
How big of a system seller Halo 3 was.
Yeah.
And it didn't start the life cycle of the 360. Yeah, the 360.
Yeah.
But what it did do was launch with a brand new, like, it was kind of like the rebirth of that console when Halo 3 did come out.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that long.
They also changed the face. They changed they changed everything when the Halo came out.
They basically redesigned. That was, okay, speaking of the different types of systems, I remember the Halo Xbox was the one you wanted because it was more powerful than the regular 360.
Yeah.
It was less likely to burn out.
Yeah. Didn't have the problems with the red ring of death.
And then I remember, and this is true to this day, every time certain games would come out, there would be new editions of Xbox 360. So I remember a friend of mine, he has the red version that came out with Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 5 one. That was nice.
It was an actual upgrade for the system. I didn't know that, but apparently his was more upgraded than mine. So, and then I got the Gears of War one, and that was more upgraded than that one. And I'm just like, so there's like 7 versions of this system, and they're technically all different.
Yeah, because they had so they had the regular, the white Xbox One. That was the first system and everything like that.
R.I.P.
Then they kind of they made the updated version, the black one, which was a bit, I think it was the Xbox 360 Elite.
Yes,
they called it. And that one was the faster processor, more memory, and things like that. Then
that was interesting. Remember how small the space was on the memory cards? They were megabytes.
Yeah, they were 40 gigabytes, like 80 gigabytes or something.
Yeah,
like
it was
that?
like 60 or something, 60, 80, and like 120 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a lot. So
but then the memory cards were like super small, dude. Like you could only fit like a handful of games on those memory cards.
Yeah.
Well, I know the file sizes for the save files weren't that big. But damn.
And then that made you go to the Elite, because the Elite had a bigger hard drive, and you were able to add stuff to it.
Yep, that's true.
So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and that was the turning point. And the 360 was the most successful system.
And let's not forget, it also was the start of customizing your system to the extreme.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft got behind it in a way that no other console maker has since then.
Yeah.
Because faceplates, that was a popular thing.
Yeah, the faceplates was cool. Did I change mine? Yes, for my original one, I had an Optimus Prime one.
Yeah, and then let's not forget also that with those different special editions of the system, the reason they were also collector's items was because they started what was it? I think it was the Star Wars one. That was the first one for that Kinect game.
Yeah.
That was the first Xbox 360 that had custom sound.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No,
So
it
the
wasn't.
first one?
The Simpsons one.
What color was the Simpsons?
It was yellow. It was Homer's head. And
Really?
and when you pressed the button, it went dope.
Really? I've never seen it.
It was
What
a
game was it for?
so you had to get it. Honestly, the only way you were able to get it, you had to win a contest.
Really?
I think during the Xbox Live Summer Games, they had the game Clyde. It was
Okay.
like a cheap Xbox Live game,
Mhm.
and you had to finish it within the time period, and 100% like the achievement points, and you're entered to the contest to win the Simpsons Xbox. And I know for a fact the donut was the color. It was the Xbox symbol.
Wow.
The first full detail, like when you turn it on and went on and off, like the sound was the Star Wars one, which was with the Kinect. And the sad thing about that one was it was the older version of the Xbox and not an Elite.
The sadder thing was how bad that game ended up being.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
sat
bad too.
there at E3 watching that whole presentation, hoping
Yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah, it was a
bad.
bad game. It was a bad game, but the R2D2 system is a really nice system, and then you had the CPU3PO controller,
Yeah.
which was gold.
They went all out. Like, there's so many custom
Yeah.
360s, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that was a big deal.
That was a cool one. Then you had like the Resident Evil, like you said. You had the Gears
Was
of
the
War.
Halo one a custom sound effect?
I think it was. I do not remember. But that was like the blue and gray one, right?
No, I'm thinking about the brown one, the one that the greenish one that looked like his armor, like the one that came out with the midnight launch when they fucking had Master Chief riding an ATV down the street in front of Best Buy.
that was the Xbox. That was for Halo 2. That was for the Xbox, regular Xbox.
No. They had a whole big thing for 3 when it came out. Like, I remember.
So what was the color? I don't remember the 3 one. I remember
Like
4.
my friend, he has it.
Yeah.
It's the one that came with the helmet. If
Yeah.
you got the really big special edition, it came. You
No,
can get,
Halo
you can
2
get
came
game.
with the Halo 2 was the helmet.
Was it? What I thought.
Halo 2 was
3
the helmet. No, Halo 2 was the helmet.
Well, I know Halo.
I
Halo 3.
gotta look this up. Then.
Halo 3 has a special edition
Yeah.
Xbox that was like military green,
Yeah.
and that's the one I don't know if it had the sound effect. That's the thing.
Let me see.
Because you can look at it. It's like it's a certain green, but it has the orange stripe on it.
Editions. I swear. Oh yeah, you're right. It is Halo 3.
And the special edition for that one, you could get that and the helmet. Like, the
Yeah.
helmet came out with that one too.
Yeah. The Halo 3 was the helmet. I was completely wrong. So my bad. It was Halo 3 with the helmet. The system. Let's see the system. Halo 3 system. Halo 3.
Like, you could. It's funny enough we're talking about it, and you can see unboxings of like that. Like,
Yeah.
you can check out on freaking Google. But I don't want to stop the podcast to watch this 6-minute video on Halo 3 Xbox 360. So.
Yeah. I didn't like Halo 3. I think Halo 3 was.
You didn't like Halo?
I didn't like.
That was.
Oh yeah, it was a
that
dark.
was-
Yeah, I remember this one. It was a dark green, and it had like a I think it's like a penny color copper like face disk drive.
Oh, see, I've never seen when it opens. I've only seen like the orange or the copper shiny part on the outside.
Yeah, that's what it is. It has a copper. It looks copper.
Like, in some shots it looks orange, but when you look at the end in the light, you can see the shine to it.
Yeah. That was a nice one. I don't think I had that one though. I had the regular white one, and then I got a black one.
I
don't
had
think
see, the reason I knew there were so many was because before that version, the Elites were a thing. There was a second update to the Xbox 360. It was still white.
Yeah.
And that's the one they gave me at GameStop when Devil May Cry 4's demo fried mine.
Okay.
It just died. Like the day the Devil May Cry 4 demo came out, I played the demo, and I had a good ass time. And I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna play this again."
Yeah.
And I started to play, and it froze. And I'm like, "Wait, no."
So I'm looking at quite a few of them. So they had a gray one, which I think was with Halo Reach.
Okay.
They had a blue and gray one, which I was talking about. That was the one with Halo 4. That actually that one came out with 2 controllers. It came out with 2. You got 2 controllers, the headpiece, and the game with that system.
That one apparently you can get for $99.
Yeah, and then you had the silver one that was with Halo Reach. You had the gray and black one for Halo 5. That was Xbox One. And then
Okay.
I still have this one. I have the original Halo green one.
Yeah, I still have mine. Oh, I forgot if I warned you. I keep saying this, but if you still own that,
Yeah.
you need to open it up and take out a capacitor, because I think last year was the year somebody said that they officially will start leaking.
Yeah, I gotta check mine.
So if you can find it,
Yeah.
like open it up and take that out. Like it's supposedly super easy. I just have to remember to find mine.
Yeah, I have mine. Actually, I think it's still boxed. I have it boxed up in the closet somewhere. But yeah, I had that one. I had the green Xbox, and I remember that
I
one.
see now. I see the Homer one.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. I just googled special edition 360s, and they just all show up.
Yeah. So
There were so many.
Yeah.
Dude. So many.
Yeah, they did it for pretty much I think almost all their exclusives. They had a system for it.
And just a lot of tentpole games too.
Yeah.
That's
Because
what
I remember
was-
Forza had the blue one. The blue one actually was pretty nice.
like Call of Duty has a bunch.
Yeah.
Is interesting. There's more than
Battlefield
one.
had the green one.
This is true. Yeah, that's true.
Fortnite has a purple one.
No. But that's Xbox One,
Yeah,
right?
Xbox One. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Did
a
they
lot.
get a Star Wars one? For Xbox One?
No. I know PlayStation got one for Battlefront.
I know PlayStation got a Destiny. Did Xbox get a Destiny
No,
version?
the PlayStation got the Destiny one. That was the white one.
I could.
Mine
If I
was
was
Spider-Man.
If I was into Destiny more, I would have tried to get that, because I could have. I
Yeah.
could have pre-ordered it, but I wasn't into Destiny.
I think what sold me on the Pro was the Spider-Man one. I was like hands down gonna buy that Spider-Man, and I think that's when I'm gonna buy the PS5 is when the Spider-Man system comes out.
Do you think it's gonna be like with the game, like last
Yeah,
time?
it has to. Like it's a yo that Spider-Man system is one of the highest selling special editions.
I imagine also because it's just really good.
Yeah, and it's
not even
pretty.
just-
It's a
That's
nice
what I'm saying,
system.
Like everything about that one is actually like the color scheme is good, but not just that, the actual functionality, because it's a Pro.
Yeah, I think
all that.
also before that, like a lot of them were limited to the design. Like the Batman one only had like the Batman on top, and it was the rest gray. The Destiny one was kind of cool looking because it had the gold trim around it, but other than that, it was nothing really fully on it. Like Kingdom Hearts just had like the trail of the kings, the hearts and shit like that. It was nothing really like Spider-Man was like the Spider-Man sign all over the fucking system.
Yeah.
And the color, I think the red color is just bold. Like I love it. Like I think my favorite thing of the system is the controller, because
Okay.
the
I
analogs
see
are
that.
white. Everything is white. The buttons are white. The analogs are white.
And they stay white?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't turn human color after a while?
Nah, 'cause I cleaned them.
It's because of what they're made of, probably. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
and I cleaned them. I take the time to like wipe them down and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the system. So yeah, we had the Series X coming out. We had the PS5 announced. No release dates, none. I think you could pre-order the Series X now. The PS5, I don't think you could pre-order just yet because I don't think it has a date yet. So we'll see.
Which is weird because they said it's the end of this year. But
Yeah.
that's the one that's probably more likely to come out first.
Yeah, I you know what? I honestly could wait. I'm not really. I'm not in the mood to buy another
always
system
wait.
right now.
I always wait a year,
Yeah,
at least a year, because you gotta see what's wrong with the system.
that's true. And sometimes they release them too fast, and there's always fucking problems.
Yeah, like it's. I believe even the PS4 had launch problems. Like there was like
Overheating.
that's what it was. It was overheating.
It was overheating. It was too loud, and I know Xbox Ones were just
No, I mean the ones, the overheating is part of the problem where you couldn't do anything with it.
yeah.
Because the loud shit, I still gotta deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't fix that. But the part that was not letting you play the games and stuff, I remember. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was the thing. I was like, you gotta wait.
Yeah,
So we'll see. Hopefully they learn the lessons, but I don't think so.
yeah,
I think if you're a day one console buyer, you're essentially a beta tester.
yeah. And you're spending a lot of money at the beginning, so
Mm-hmm.
and they'll probably have a price cut by the time I decide to buy it.
I will say though, I'm less keen this year on supporting companies that I find out are like pieces of garbage.
Yeah,
So I'm not exactly enthused to be looking forward to an Amazon bundle. I'm just saying.
yeah.
I'm not trying to buy it from them. You
Yeah.
know, to hear the way fucking people that work for them get treated.
Mom and
like,
pop
yeah,
shops.
all right.
Go to the mom and pop shops. Video Games New York. You have J&L Games. You have Game Champs somewhere somehow. There's someone in Brooklyn. There's some in Queens.
Oh yeah, I can go to Brooklyn Games.
Yeah,
They'll
there
have
you
it.
go. They'll have it. They'll probably charge you an extra $100, but
No, I don't. See, I don't know about them because I don't think they're for things that are day and date. They're like
Okay.
that,
okay.
but especially not a year.
I know
not a year
J&L.
later.
Like, J&L, I see you.
No,
You do that
J&L
all the
is the
fucking
Auburn.
time. You're lucky. I like
mean-
the guy, the Chinese guy has always been. I knew him for like since I was a fucking kid.
Yeah.
The one dude that can't really move.
Shout out to Jamie.
Yeah, he's cool. He always hooks me up too. He still gives me no tax.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
they tax on everything now, but he still gives me no tax. I was like, yeah. Hey, that's fucking it's $5 saved, man.
I mean, listen, you can save every dollar you want to.
Mm-hmm.
They be trying to. Everybody tries to get you, but then
Yeah.
again, you look at them and like, they saved me $5, but that was $5 they already got me on.
Yeah, exactly. I probably pre-ordered in Best Buy. That's where I pre-ordered my my Spider-Man systems. No, actually no, the Spider-Man system I actually got from GameStop. And I
Okay.
remember them trying to sell me everything else. I'm like, no, just the stamp system. Leave me the
Yeah,
fuck alone.
yeah, I can imagine that.
And it's getting worse. That fucking store is getting worse. I had to go over there and get my money back.
So what happened this time?
No, just the pre-order. I just finally went there and took my money. I had pre-ordered Wave 3 of the Power Ranger figures. They never let me
Mhm.
know when it came in, and the SKUs never came out on my pre-order list. So I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
I don't even know what I pre-ordered. So I went back to the store. They gave me a little hassle with it, but I know the manager, so I was like, get the manager, please, because I'll talk to John myself. Well, he knows me, and I'm a good customer, and I do buy shit when I do buy. So I was like, yeah, I had the pre-orders here. You guys never let me know if it came in. I don't even think you knew what the pre-orders was because the SKUs never came up. So that's on your part, not mine. So I want my money back.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Go
And
ahead.
a company cannot say, "Oh, we can't." No, they had to give you the money. Especially if you pay in cash, they had to give you the money back.
Gotcha.
Doesn't
Gotcha.
fucking matter. But yeah, I got. Yeah, I pre-ordered Wave 4. I did that on the Hasbro Pulse.
Oh, okay.
So they finally showed Trekkie, which I'm actually very happy about.
Yes, and you showed me the pictures, and
Yeah.
she looks pretty authentic.
She
man.
looks
Like, it's
great.
pretty
I was
good.
like, yay, Trekkie. I'm happy about that one. Rocky.
So I'm happy about Jack and Trini. So there you go.
Jack's face is kind of, I don't know. I think I got to see that one in person.
From what you showed me, I'm just happy he looks like Jack.
Yeah, he has his
Enough.
dreads and shit. They didn't
No.
try to like give him like a default head or hair or shit.
Yeah.
I think his dreads should have been like a little shorter, but then again, I remember him long for most part of the show, so I don't know. But yeah, I think they could have been better in that sense. But that one I had to see in person. Rocky's coming out. I can give a fuck shit about Rocky, but I had to get one for Tommy. I got him for his birthday. So it comes out in March, so it'll be in time for his birthday.
That's cool.
And was like, here, Rocky, your favorite. Because we hate. Sorry, Steve Cardenas. We hate you in the show. We don't hate you in person.
I don't hate you.
We hate you in the show. We really despise you in the show. We think you're a useless character. But outside of them, you're very good in the community, so I have to give you that much credit, at least.
That's cool. All right. Well, you know what? Speaking of Rangers,
Yeah.
how about? Scott's he's coming in heavy duty.
Yeah.
He's on NWA trying to stop him.
Yeah. Now he has a job, so now
Now he has a platform. What I was gonna get to before we started honking and raving was, how do you feel about Shredder being the new Green Ranger?
That's pretty dope. Like I'm actually I gotta go pick up those issues because I haven't had the chance to really look at it.
Okay.
But I'm excited. I think it's going because I saw the first issue and it was Raphael versus it was Jason David Frank as a not Tommy as a foot soldier.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he gave. So pretty much this is during the time when Green Ranger was evil, still under like Rita Repulsa, and then Shredder took advantage of him and took the power. And he has Tommy as one of his foot soldiers.
Okay, cool.
It looks pretty dope. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I see like the concept art they have for it. I think it is the rough sketches or whatever.
Yeah,
it looks really cool.
I might have to buy those books digitally just to read them because I heard they're really fun. I heard they're really good. First 2 issues came out already.
Yeah, that's what I see. This is at the end of issue number 2.
Yeah. They're the Comixology. They have them for sale, but you have to buy them a book. I refuse to go to a comic store because I know I'm gonna wind up buying a lot of shit. So I have not stepped foot in one. I know for a fact I'm on buying shit, so I'm like I kind of stay away from it. Even though I think I have credit in Midtown, I think I have $20 credit.
You might end up buying some elites. You see some on the shelf.
Yeah, some of the actually you can't even buy toys. You have to buy like new books.
Oh really?
Yeah, the $20. That's one thing I always hate about the $20. That was one thing that my old school comic store I used to go to called Silver Age Comics. I used to love because the $20 you could use anything in the store.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that was my little spot. It used to be on 8th Street and 6th Avenue. It was like upstairs.
Oh, I know.
My buddy Martel was like one of the main guys working there. Yeah, he was my dude. So he always put books on the side. I was there. So I was a constant person there. I was always there every fucking week.
Okay.
And then I remember and all the money I spent on comics. I spent about $100 a fucking week. And now it's ridiculous because most books are like $4, $5.
Do they still have them tiered, where it's like you can still get some lines of books for certain prices?
Yeah, no. I say like the cheapest books now are maybe $2.50, $2.99.
Okay.
They probably still once are $1.99, but I really doubt there's a lot.
No, I don't expect that. I know the prices they generally go up. Yeah. But I'm just thinking like, because I remember at least maybe like last year, beginning of last year and the end of the year before, when I was buying a few things here and there, they still have like the different tiers of prices and whatnot. So.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
cool. I appreciate that. That's again, that whole Shredder design, and where the story is going is actually very, very cool and interesting. Yeah,
it looks really cool. I'm definitely gonna buy them on the Comixology app. I'll probably get. That's what I'm gonna just start doing. Like once a month, I'm gonna catch up with the Power Ranger book, and I'm just gonna buy the trade.
Gotcha.
Digitally, so I could just read them because I read all the way up to the beginning of Shattered Grid, and right now that's where I'm at. So I'm just gonna buy the Shattered Grid trade and read it.
Okay,
that's really good. But yeah, the Wave 4, I pre-order all of them. I can't wait to see them.
Gotcha.
And talking about Rangers, we are setting up for the Morphin Cast on the 18th. We were doing Jetman, which I'm really liking this show.
And Jetman is how?
So Jetman's the series right before Zoo Ranger, so the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Does that count in that universe, or is it its own universe?
It's its own universe.
Okay.
So what Mighty Morphin did, they never used anything from Jetman. So
okay.
So that's here and there. It's only the Super Sentai. There's no.
Now,
no
has
version.
Jetman crossed over with anyone?
I think Jetman and Zoo Ranger do have a movie. I'm not 100% sure because I know the way they did the team ups is by movie. I think there is a movie that they teamed up, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But it's good. It's really good. It's very soap opera-ish. I think it's more story oriented. You get a good chunk of story for all the Rangers, not just one. You got the first fat Ranger. Dude's fat. He's chubby.
That reminds me of Voltron.
Yeah.
Of Voltron.
Yeah.
Like
So you
they
got
have
like the
different
first
sizes.
chubby Ranger, which was great. You have like the Pink Ranger, which is rich as hell. Like she has mad money. And then the Black Ranger is like a pool shark.
Okay.
He's a pool shark that plays the saxophone, and he's an asshole, and he's great. He's like the Wolverine of the series.
Oh, geez. All right.
You have a smoking monster. You have a fucking. There's some crazy shit in the series it's really good so far. Like I'm really enjoying it. I just hit number 30. I think they have a broad story for the villains, and I think they're doing it's such a good show. Like I'm like, all right, I'm actually really happy that we went back and did this one because this is a whole different like a breath of fresh air with just everything we've been watching. Because everything has a American influence. This was the one that's just straight up Japanese, and you see where they're going with this. This was one that was supposed to be adapted to America before Zoo Ranger. But I think the fact that they saw the dinosaurs being more appealing to kids than the birds, I think that's why they went with Zoo Ranger.
Okay. I got you.
It made perfect sense. I was like, yeah, I could see the kids not really liking the birds.
Got you. Yeah, because of what they look like, right?
Yeah, and they had the eyeballs on. Well, eventually they did a series with that as well. Like RPM has the eyeballs as well.
Really?
Yeah, the helmets have the eyeballs.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's a really good series. Definitely check it out. Tubi or Shout Factory TV. Check out Jetman. It's really good.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That at least just go back and watch it and find out, like, yo, this is really good.
Yeah.
Is it like adults because of like the smoking and the saxophone playing and all that?
One is so in Super Sentai, the only ones that are actually high school kids is the Mega Rangers.
So everybody else is just actually full-grown adults and stuff.
Or adults are just not are like from a different time or a different are chosen or some shit like that.
Okay.
Like Zoo Rangers, they exist for a long ass time, and then they came back to help because because of Rita. They came back because of Rita to defend. Jetman, like most of them are military because Jetman is like a military thing, and then there's one girl, the Blue Ranger. I think she's in high school.
Okay, gotcha.
Because she's kind of young. She's the younger one of all of them. The other ones are mainly they do like adult shit, like the Black Ranger is playing pool and hustling people out of money and shit. He's awesome. He's a dick. Okay. He's such a dick too. He's such a dick. But he's actually a great ranger. They were actually supposed to be a 6 Ranger in that series, but they never did the 6 Ranger.
Does it follow the same basic structure of a Super Sentai show?
Well, it was more military based, so the powers came from or military. Like they pretty much using them as a military. They all got chosen to be a part of the military kind of thing.
So it's a little more like how SPD is, like they're the police force and stuff.
Yeah, something like SPD, Lost Galaxy in that sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And like, is there a monster of the week for the show? I guess.
Yeah, but the cool thing is with the way they explain the monsters, there's like this big fucking thing that these bugs come out, and the bugs pretty much attaches itself to something, and then makes the monster. So that you get some crazy ass monsters because like one of them was a fucking ramen cup of noodle soup.
Yeah, she did show me that.
Yeah, one of them's a fucking cup of noodles. They have one that's a bust that's just like fucking big ass bust head and it had legs and arms and shit. So they get some. They had some weird ass fucking. They had some really weird ass fucking monsters in the series.
That sounds so good.
Yeah,
that sounds so.
It's really good. Right. It's a really good series.
Who has that to watch?
Tubi and South Factory.
Oh damn! I gotta really just hook up that Tubi. I have it downloaded and I haven't synced my profile.
Yeah,
my PlayStation.
That's all you gotta do.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have to do that. I have to.
Yes. It was really good.
That sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What's the I mean, well, you brought that up. Don't forget, this past week we also put up the Not a Trekkie.
Yes, Not a Trekkie show. Our review of Empire Strikes Back.
That was actually pretty good. Like I sat there and I listened to just about the whole thing. So.
Yeah.
Very entertaining episode from beginning to end.
Yeah, it was a good. I think that was one of the highlighted movies of the series. Empire Strikes Back. Everyone loves that movie. That even cinematic things like love that movie. So I think they did a good job with that one. And we're doing the Return of the Jedi, which is one I did not like.
I have actually only seen that movie once.
I have a lot of problems with Return of the Jedi. So
I've only seen it once on Channel 5.
Channel
on
5?
A school night. Yes, on a school night, meaning exactly when the movie ended, I had to go to bed.
Yeah.
So my memories of that is very, very specific, and I can tell you right now, the only thing I remember is the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Is when they're in the what are the little people's names? The dogs.
Oh, the Ewoks.
Bears.
Ewoks. Yeah.
Yeah, we're with the Ewoks, and they had like a ceremony or whatever.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I remember of that movie.
Yeah, I hated the Ewoks. I wanted them all to die.
Now, were they a big part of the movie, or were they just like...
They were a big part of the movie.
They were, right?
Yeah, they were a big part of the movie. Yeah. Originally, it was supposed to be Chewbacca's world and shit, and they didn't do that, and I was really disappointed with that. Return of the Jedi I always had issues with because, again, with the whole thing with Boba Fett, I think it was a great scene. But just having Boba Fett as this character that caught Han Solo and was such a big fucking thing just to die in the fucking Rain Corps pit. He just fell in the hole and he got eaten.
I mean,
by a blind Han Solo.
Isn't that what happens to everybody in that series, essentially? It's like, it's mostly the most anticlimactic ending.
Yeah.
Even the Emperor, he just gets thrown.
Yeah. But
his old ass gets thrown off.
But that one had more of a point because it was Anakin trying to fight the dark side to throw him off. So that made more sense.
No, I don't. I'm not saying it wasn't built up to and it wasn't earned.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the actual act of eliminating these high profile threats always seems to be up and he dies.
Yeah.
Same with Boba Fett. Same with you said who else got in the pit? Who else was in there?
But yeah,
is he the only one?
Yeah, he's the only one that died. He just fell in the hole and then he got eaten.
Yeah, that's like the most infamous one. It's just like, yeah, that kind of is par for the course.
Yeah,
you could just die.
Yeah, but it was also like this character being built to be this badass and shit like that, and then that's how you kill him off.
That's the legend of that trope, I think. Really.
Yeah.
Kind of, right? Would you say that Star Wars is the one that started that trope?
Yeah.
Of just, oh man, look at this cool badass. And he's dead.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Yeah. I have my issues with that one. Like I have like that, but we have this cast coming up and it's gonna be interesting what we're gonna do. And also we're gonna introduce a turtle based cast. I haven't got a name for it yet. I'm thinking Shell Shock. The podcast.
Shell Shock.
Yeah, you can have the Shell Shock. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that would be the name. We're going
Pizza Time.
Pizza
like
Time
that too.
too.
Pizza Time. You guys sound like they did in the game too.
Yeah.
Pizza Time.
I was thinking of doing that, and then also we'd probably do the review of the first movie.
Or
so if you want to join on to that, we could do that.
You could just scream Cowabunga.
Yeah. Cowabunga. Or what was it? The fucking Splinter in the Elvis Blue Hawaii.
Oh,
I made a funny.
Yes.
I love Splinter. But yeah, so we have that coming up. So stay tuned.
Good stuff. That's gonna be on. Was that Merc with the Mic on SoundCloud?
SoundCloud, Twitter, Twitch TV, and probably YouTube as well.
Okay, so make sure you check those out. They are up there. They are also, if you check the SoundCloud, they should be up there today.
Yeah.
To what is that? Repost that. So.
Yeah. So yeah.
Check it out.
Check out everything. Like, subscribe, follow, share. Helps.
It helps. The other thing we talk about, I watched it. You saw it. The New Mutants trailer.
Yeah, looks good.
It looks cool. I like the direction for it. It's not your typical anything movie because it's presented as a horror film. or at least with a horror slant to it,
Yeah.
which is like more of a thriller. And I'm like, oh, hey, from what I saw, it looks like that's totally how it could turn out when you're not in the hands of Charles Xavier.
Yeah, and I think
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a different approach. Like it gives you a different view of the mutants and stuff like that. It kind of gives you the right now from the words of Disney and Marvel, it might be the first induction to mutants in the MCU.
So this is the origin point.
Yeah,
I mean, we already know like an origin point exists in any movies, but for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this will be the origin point.
Yeah.
I mean, as in regards to mutants, period, right? So this is it. Here's where they officially cross the line. Like, they're coming over. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's good. I'm happy.
I hope it does well.
Me too. Me too. I hope it does well. I think it's gonna do a decent because I think the time when it's coming out, there's not a lot of things out, and then also the fact that it looks more of a horror flick, I think it's gonna get some new audience into it just because the way it looks.
Especially because of the people in it, and it seems to be marketed more towards a young adult audience.
Yeah.
Especially it has the girl from Game of Thrones or something.
Yeah. Originally they was just gonna make it a Hulu exclusive movie.
Okay. Yeah. So I could definitely see like maybe I'm not 100% up on who's in the movie, but I noticed like it's basically like a young adult teen cast.
Yeah.
You know, they're probably older than teens, but for the sake of the people in the movie, it looks like teenagers and stuff.
Yeah.
So and I wanted to point out because it looks to be super freaking authentic because I have the wiki open for it just to see all the characters that they're saying are in it, and it's got Wolfsbane, Magic. It does have Cannibal. I didn't realize the kid whose arms started glowing when he's looking at himself in the mirror. That's Cannibal.
Okay.
A character named Celia Reyes, but she was like introduced later, I thought.
Yeah.
Moonstar is / Mirage. So the Native American girl is gonna be in there, but she's not that character.
Okay.
Her character is Moonstar. And Sunspot, Roberto da Costa.
So they kind of mixed the team around, which is fine.
Yeah,
Gave you some of the newer characters, some of the older characters.
And it says apparently Antonio Banderas has been cast as an undisclosed villain. So
yeah. Okay.
And apparently John Hamm is going to be Mr. Sinister. That's interesting.
That'll be cool.
Mr. Sinister. All right. It's about time.
Let's see what we do. Let's see.
Slowly. So this means slowly we're getting to Gambit.
Yeah.
They're taking too long.
Yeah.
They're taking too long with that Gambit movie. I want to see it.
Yeah.
And I want it to be Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Because of 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
He's shown he has range.
I don't know.
Come on. Come on. Didn't you like 21 Jump Street? Come on.
I like the 21 Jump Street. The first one. I didn't like the second one that much.
Okay. But I'm just saying. Give him a chance.
Okay.
If it's him. Only if it's Channing Tatum.
Alright. We'll see. I think what the MCU is planning to do is little by little add the X-Men to the universe. I think New Mutants being there kind of introduces the line of mutant inside the MCU. I think maybe Eternals or actually Black Panther 2 will probably introduce the whole line of mutants and just...
I forgot that was the thing.
Yeah.
Eternals, yeah.
Yeah, that comes out this year.
That's the thing that happened this week. They released some screenshots.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the trailer. I'm more for the trailer than the screenshots. I'm like, all right, I want to see this movie in action and see what it's going to be about.
That's true. But I'm not the person who watches them day and date, so like, I just want to see if they look accurate.
Yeah, I think
that's one of my things. Like, if you're under the Marvel Studios thing, please no more not accurate looking characters.
Yeah.
Stop that.
I agree.
So they look cool.
Yeah.
They actually look like the things from the comic books with the lights for eyes on their helmets or whatever that is for the face. Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner out here running these streets.
I know, man. Scott Steiner like
non-stop.
Always interrupting shit.
This is what happens when you give him something.
You gave him a job, and now look, he wants to be everywhere.
Before we get off this topic, I just want to say it's directed by Joss Boone and produced by Simon Kinberg. I don't know. Do you have any do you know anybody? Apparently, Josh Spoon is known for something called Stuck in Love and The Fault in Our Stars. I don't know.
Fall in Our Stars, I remember. I know that movie.
So if you know that, he's a director.
Okay.
But the thing that kind of puts a little bit of on it is the producer is like the long running producer for the X-Men franchise. So it's like
So yeah, it has some good and it has some bad.
Yeah, it has some questionable. He did have stuff to do with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which I heard was all right. I still haven't seen that movie.
Yeah.
And Sherlock Holmes, which I like the first one.
Okay. So at least it has some good stuff into it.
Yeah. So we'll see.
You'll see.
And that's supposed to be what, this year?
Oh yeah, March I think.
Oh, I see. April. It says April 3rd. So.
Oh, April 3rd. Okay, so we got that going. I think it's gonna be good. I think it has a chance.
Fingers crossed.
I think it won't be like MCU numbers, but I think it will have a good audience.
No. But I do think it will be. I think the way it's just looking at it, it kind of gives me like a Stranger Things, like a group of young adventurers type people younger than us like bond to it.
Yeah.
In a hearts, like these characters, you're gonna be seeing them around for a while. That's like this is the way they look.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be good. I think it has a chance.
Yeah. I really predict the breakout character is gonna be Magic.
Magic.
Like, if they do her correctly,
yeah,
that's gonna be such a fucking cool character.
I hope they kind of mention Colossus.
Oh really? Okay.
I hope so, because the Colossus does exist because of Deadpool.
You right.
I like that Colossus.
Me too.
So I'm fine with them adding him into it and see what they do with that. It could be good. It could be really good. And then you also have we have Sonic coming out in February.
This is true. Oh, but I wanted to keep it comic themed. I want to let you know something. Did you get to see the photos of the new Mobius?
Yeah, it didn't look that bad.
He looks scary as hell. That's all I know.
Yeah,
like a swamp man. Like ugh.
Well, yeah, Mobius is an ugly fucking dude.
No. Listen, I'm not gonna say, yo, he's ugly, but they capture. He has a mustache. Yeah. That's creepy looking. Like the sharp vampire teeth with this like patchy mustache.
Yeah.
Ooh. Good job.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do a good job with that. I have hope for that.
So wait, what is that about? Is he like the new villain?
So they're kind of doing like what they did with Venom. They kind of making a separate movie and adding him to the universe of Spider-Man.
Ooh, okay.
So Mobius was
when's that crossover with Blade? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, MCU needs to be part of it.
Well, I know Blade's gonna get his movie, so he's already in.
But that's MCU. This is Sony.
No. Well, isn't this a part of?
No.
It's not with that whole Spider-Man.
It could be.
Because I mean, no, not even for wild speculation. It's just like I thought Mobius was a Spider-Man character.
It is a Spider-Man character.
So
that's
like,
why, but it's
not going to be shared like Spider-Man.
But it's not in the line because even Venom has a great line of what they're going to do with Venom. So Spider-Man 100% going to be part of MCU, but Venom and Mobius is like maybe not.
Got you.
They're in that thin line.
Damn, I wanted a Marvel Knights.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That'd be
Blade, Mobius, Wolverine, like Punisher. That'd be cool.
Well, they have Daredevil. They have Punisher.
They do have Daredevil.
They're doing Moon Knight.
Yeah, you're right.
So they have pieces of the Marvel Knights.
You're right.
So they could go forward and do more if they wanted to.
That just has me excited. All right, so they're just doing it. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jared Leto as Mobius, I think, could be okay.
I don't know, dude.
I hate him as Joker, so.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Would you say, because I'm not as familiar with him in the books as I am with him from the show, and with the show, he was just an emo dude.
Yeah, he's
literally an emo character. He was like poetry, really wallowing in self-pity type of dude.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then but in the cartoon they couldn't really show him eating people, so they had him like take plasma out their hands and use his hands to take the plasma out.
And like
blood
and things on your arms.
Yeah. Yeah, he had like suction cups in his hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, they did that with him. It depends. He's an interesting character. I think they could do a lot for him if they actually do it right. But we have to see because we have been wrong before.
Yeah.
So like it's like there's a good side of things and bad side of things. We don't know exactly where it's gonna go, but we can see where it goes.
But damn, see, this is something I wasn't aware of. Apparently, this is like slated for this year.
Yeah.
Like this was one that slipped under the radar. There was no talk about this. Do you remember? Like asking you. Do you remember this being like talked about last year or even like how fast did they film these movies did?
This was announced probably about 4 years ago.
Okay.
During Venom, during the time Venom came out, during the time when Venom was announced as its own movie, they did announce Mobius, and there was supposed to be a Black Cat movie, but that one didn't get steam. So hopefully maybe it will be added eventually down the road. But originally it was supposed to be a Black Cat series and didn't come out. So Mobius was another one that Jared Leto already signed on for. They had him actually before the Joker.
Got you. Okay.
So it'd be interesting to see what they do with that. I think they could. I think he's an interesting character to do a good movie. Is it gonna be like a blockbuster hit? Maybe not. I think it's gonna be in the likes of Venom, that may be a cult classic, and there's gonna be fans that like it and fans that didn't like it.
Okay. The director is Daniel Espinosa, and he directed Life and Safe House. It's not the Eddie Murphy Life, right?
No, it's another movie.
Can't be. Because if it was, wait a second. All right.
We got Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yo, when they gonna make part 2? Come on,
should.
Eddie Murphy's back.
He's back, or they're gonna reboot it before they give a second
And
one.
he still looks the same. That's the thing. They keep like
Yeah.
that. Still looks the same.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be weird.
Before we go too far, because it's movies. Also, I know you mentioned Sonic. It's also another attempt at a gritty Peter Pan, which is this. I'm getting this one from GameSpot.
Okay.
So about this, they're like, I didn't realize it has. This is not good. It is almost 30 years since Hook.
Oh wow. I like Hook.
I love the movie. That is my favorite Peter Pan movie.
Yeah, I like Hook.
Although I didn't see the most recent one. Wasn't like a return or something like that recently, that they did a more realistic version.
Yeah, it's called Peter Pan. They did that one.
I did not.
A couple of years ago. I think Jackie saw it. She liked it. I'm not 100% sure if she saw it or not. Okay. But I didn't see it. Like honestly, I think Hook was my limit of Peter Pan.
Mm-hmm.
I never really got into any of the other Peter Pan movies.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Even the original movie, I wasn't like in love with, but I did like things from it. I like the alligator with the clock.
Yeah.
I like Captain Hook's personality.
Yeah. Like I like things from it, but I wasn't a big fan of the original Peter Pan cartoon. Yeah. So I never got into it, and I think I just didn't like it.
But I did like the show because I think wasn't I'm blanking on the man's name. The actor that everybody loves. He was in Home Alone 2 as the hotel guy. Wasn't he the voice of Hook?
Captain Hook? No.
Who? Why am I blanking on his voice? He's another person that.
You're talking about Tim Curry.
Wasn't he Tim Curry?
No, it wasn't Tim Curry because that movie's old.
No, the cartoon. The Channel 5.
It was probably him. It could have been him in the cartoon, but like in the old one, no. He's
No, not the old one. Not the old one. The Channel 5. The Channel 5.
Yeah, it could have been him. I'm not sure. I know he was in Superhuman Samurai. Cyber Squad.
He's the main villain?
Yeah.
That is him. Wow. Dude, I forgot.
Yeah, I remember that. That was like one of the best things about that show. I was like, oh shit, Tim Curry's the bad guy.
Tim Curry's the bad guy. Damn, dude. Wait, what was the original name of that one? It wasn't Cyber Squad, was it?
Superhuman Samurai. Cyber Squad.
No, the Japanese one. Do you know?
Fuck, I don't know the name of it. Right.
Okay.
It was something Squadron. Superhuman.
Because
Japan. Gridman.
Gridman. That's what it was called.
Yeah, Gridman.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Gridman. Yep.
Okay. No, I've never seen that. No, I only brought that up because you just reminded me because of that Superhuman Samurai. I bring it up to say, I think I might start watching the original VR Troopers, not the American. I want to find the original show.
Oh, Cybermen or some shit like that.
Okay, that's what. All right, I should start looking at it. But I wanted to ask you, do you remember offhand the name of that?
Yeah,
show?
I think they're the Cybermen. I think they running. I think they actually have new stuff running out now. Like they kind of went away for a while and then they came
It
back.
is Tim Curry. I just looked it up. It's Peter Pan and the Pirates. Yes,
okay,
it was.
it was Tim Curry.
Yes. Damn. Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Don't make me go down. Damn it. Don't make me go down his IMDb.
Oh, Tim Curry did a lot of great shit.
But I just mean I didn't realize how many cartoons he did.
Oh
That's
yeah, he did a lot of voice work.
still a lot of cartoons. Damn.
Yeah.
Like, apparently he did voices in Young Justice.
Oh cool. Who you talk?
In Young Justice, he was G. Gordon Godfrey. I don't know who that character is.
I have no clue who that is either.
But apparently it's a recurring character.
Okay, so is the newer one or the older one? The newest one.
2012 to 2013.
Okay, so I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Tim Curry did a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah. Tons of, like, a lot.
Yeah, it's like Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill does so much voice work too. Like you'd be surprised how much work he did as a voice actor.
He says he's a brutal legend. Like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, I know he's in Command and Conquer. That's
Yeah.
right. And then Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I should have bought that. I should have bought that just for that. This is how, because it has real life. What do
Yeah.
you call that? FMVs.
Yeah.
And Ric Flair's just in there screaming and hooting and hollering. Oh my god, that's hilarious, dude.
Yeah. Fucking Ric Flair.
Oh man. But anyway, that sent me down a rabbit hole. Damn.
Yeah. You gotta look up that. But yeah, the VR Troopers is. I think it's gonna be kind of annoying to look for because they never really Americanized those two. I think the Power Rangers is easier because you have adaptions for such a long time that it's easy for people to watch. But that one's kind of hard to get. Same thing with Beetleborgs. I think Beetleborgs was a big thing in Japan, and they didn't really do anything here for it.
Got you. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so it's interesting.
Keep an eye out. I'm trying to look on the internet, see if we can find this.
Yep.
That show. Nothing else really.
Not much.
Go ahead. I got one more thing.
I've been on Witcher. I've been a lot of Witcher, and I think it went back into the top 10 games, selling games right now.
Yes, I did hear about that.
Because the show. So toss a coin to your Witcher.
Yes, they. Oh, shout outs to he's a cover artist. Like he does video game.
Oh man,
and,
everyone
like,
fucking did a cover of this.
No, but it's just a specific guy.
Okay.
It's the guy Little Mills V.
Okay.
Dude, I may have sent you like one or two of his videos. He has jet black hair with a goatee.
Okay.
He does like he does metal versions of most things.
Yeah.
He did a throw a coin to your Witcher, but like he usually does everything.
Yeah.
Like the Devil May Cry 5 song. He did like Game of Thrones. Like, he does literally everything. He doesn't really stop at the most popular stuff. So
Cool. Yeah, I looked up the one song just to hear it, and then I saw so many people do the song. Like so many. Like every single YouTube channel that is a singer, they did it. And they did a metal version, which didn't even sound metal half the time. It was just still the music from The Witcher. Like there was no electric guitars. I was like a little disappointed. But
do
yes,
you have,
so many
do you have
people
a
did.
favorite, or do you hate them all?
I think they all sound similar to each other. Like there's no unique difference of the covers. I wish there was some unique. Because even the guy that did all the fucking Power Ranger themes, he did it.
Okay.
That guy's known. He did like the whole mashup of all the Power Ranger themes in one setting, kind of shit. He did it.
His came out.
Yeah, his was alright. I think it was that guy that did the best one because he had that deep voice with it in the beginning. Okay. So it made it sound more I think legit. It sounded like the dude actually singing it. But yeah, toss a coin to your Witcher. Buy the game. Right now it's $15 on PS4 for the complete edition, Xbox as well, or you could just get the Game Pass and play it on there as well. On the Switch, it actually got dropped to $30, so you can buy it on the Switch as well.
I'm gonna say it's cool that it's on everything, but I honestly cannot recommend the Switch edition because I've heard about the performance issues.
So I picked up the Switch version because I kind of wanted it, and I just, you know what, fuck it. It's cheap, and then I had a Switch money card.
Okay.
So I didn't really pay for it. Someone else kind of bought it for me. And it runs as good as it's going to run on a Switch. Like, I think it runs smoothly for the most part. It just, like, you can see the graphics take a toll eventually. But it's not bad.
How's the, like, is it hitching up on you and stuff? Because I did see complaints about, you could tell it is some parts that's like,
It's things that the PS4 is doing to me. Like, the things I've seen the PS4 version has done to me. So
it's just a Witcher problem.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's very similar to the bullshit that the main one did to me. So I was like, all right, it's not that bad.
All right, cool.
But yeah,
so you got the Merc seal.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, go get it. Yeah, it's a great game. It's pretty much killing my time till Yakuza 5 comes out.
And that is next month,
February.
Right?
For the first week of February 3rd, I think.
Good.
I'm excited.
Team RPG still putting out awesome tweets about that.
Yes. And then the new game is supposed to be sometime this year too. I think September.
Can't wait for
Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Have you seen the pictures of the boss fight with the dragon?
Yes, I did. It looks
you know what
cool.
that is, right?
What?
I don't know if I should spoil that.
Okay.
You've seen that dragon before.
Okay, I probably have seen that before. Oh, you can spoil it.
It's Kiryu's dragon.
Kiryu's dragon. Yes, I saw that.
His tattoo, like, as a
So
boss.
you fight his dragon? Oh shit, that's gonna be fucking cool.
That shit had me like, what? Wait, what? Why are you wearing Dragon Quest armor? What?
Yeah.
What is that dragon? Oh, I know what that is.
I'm excited to try this game out. Like, I'm excited to see what it's about, the RPG element to it. I'm skeptical still because I'm just like, I like the old school way of playing. So I just hope it's good. I really do. I really want this game to be good because I want to play it.
I agree with you. The only thing is everything they keep showing of this game is just more and more ridiculous. It's
and that's great.
Definitely want to play this.
Yeah.
That's probably my most hyped game. Because I get hyped for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because I expect it. You know, it's a known quantity. That game actually has me hyped.
Yeah, because I just want to see what it's going to be about and like how it's going to play. I think there's more questions on that game than anything.
Yeah, I would agree. He's trying to get me.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what that game does. Like, I want it to be good. I really want it to be good. Please be good.
Yes, I 100% agree. Please be good.
Yeah, because then it gives me something to look forward to. I love Judgment. Judgment, I think, was very underrated.
Still have to get Judgment.
Yeah, it was really good. I really like Judgment. I think they did enough things to keep it unique from a Yakuza game, but enough to make it feel like a Yakuza game. It was a good mix.
Yeah. That's the one thing I do hear about it is like it feels different enough. That's like, this is. I see that. If I was a person who never played one over the other, but I would play one and be like, this is something else completely. I get you.
Yeah.
I think even though it's not the most intricate detective stuff, is such a forefront of the game that is like, this is not like the other game. Yeah.
Like, I feel like honestly with the detective stuff they could have did a bit more in that sense. Like look at like LA Noire in that sense. Like I think they could have did a lot more in that style. But other than that, it was good. Like I really enjoyed it. I liked the story. I liked where it went. I liked the character a lot. The voice acting was great. They did everything right.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
I wonder if they're actually gonna have an English voice act. If the English one's gonna be dubbed of like a dragon.
That's true. I do wonder about that.
Because they're putting a lot of focus on it. So let's see. I don't know. I'm fine with the Japanese words though.
I think it might not be because it's the main series one.
Yeah.
And it's not introducing, but I would say I wouldn't say don't do that.
Okay.
I'd say why not? Because this is the first one that's a huge departure from the system.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just make a better impression to anybody playing it? Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it's good.
And the last thing I wanted to bring up before we close out the show
Okay.
was the annual AGDQ, which is Awesome Games Done Quick,
Okay.
which is a giant conglomeration of speedrunners who stream. Now it's for like a whole week.
Okay.
They stream for charity.
Okay.
This one is for the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
Cool.
Usually it'll be something like Doctors Without Borders or something like that.
Yeah.
So this year was a Cancer Foundation. I mean, it's really good. Also, I'd just like to point out that this is video gaming, speed running for a good cause, and like I always applaud that. They do multiple of these a year, but I just always like to point out what it is. It's actual people streaming video games for a good cause, for charity.
Yeah.
And it's lots of money. And this year, they've broke, I think, most of their previous records for every like individual AGDQ they've done, and they broke 3 million for it.
Oh, nice.
A week's time.
Congrats.
That's a lot of money for just people streaming video games, like doing what is it? They're always speed runs. So like that's the theme of the show. It's not just regular plays.
Yeah.
Always people doing like popular games and running through it in various different ways, the fastest they can possibly do it. Like sometimes they actually do set world records. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I followed quite a few of them, and I've seen quite a few.
So I just like to shout them out. The final total was $3,131,475.
Oh wow.
So that's a lot of money.
Yep.
A lot of money.
Good for them.
Yeah, so I mean, hopefully they'll do one. This was January, so there'll obviously be one for different seasons. I think there's always a Summer Games Done Quick.
Okay.
There's a smaller ones like awful games. Like they'll even do bad video games and speed run those. Like so, it's not the only one for the year.
Okay.
Which is actually really good news, because if the first one for the year did this much, I hope like that sets a precedent for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Of all the things you could do charity for, yeah, man, cancer is terrible.
Yeah.
A lot of people's loved ones continue to pass on from cancer. So
Yeah.
it's good that there's somebody out there doing a good thing for
Sounds good.
a positive cause using gaming. So
Yeah.
get up. And also, it's one of the things that you can contribute to of the decade. Apparently, I didn't know it, but that whole tradition has been going on for 10 years.
Oh, cool.
This is actually the 10-year anniversary. So that's cool.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yep.
Always good stuff.
Ended with some good news, because it's some bad news.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you follow us on anything and everything. RedCycloneInc. That's here on YouTube. You can catch this podcast on SoundCloud, where you can catch this podcast as well as the Wrestling Babble podcast, and we'll also be reposting the Not a Trekkie episodes, as well as the additional Morphin Cast.
Yes.
And whatever else comes up on the Merc with the Mic SoundCloud page.
Yes.
We will also have things, the links posted up on Twitter, on Tumblr, on WordPress, and Instagram.
Yes.
So make sure you follow all those so you can see the links, see the pictures. The YouTube, we still doing Monster Hunter, like basically every week,
Nice.
at least 3 times a week. So you can catch you some Monster Hunter stuff. I'll probably go through some other singular playthroughs.
Yeah.
I'll probably maybe like Dead Cells. Try to get through that game. That game is hard as hell.
Yeah.
Maybe because also it was announced, and I might as well spoil it. I was going through Vanquish, but because they announced the HD versions, I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
So I'll be doing a Vanquish playthrough
Oh, Vanquish looks, yeah, that would be dope.
on the PS4 when that does come out.
Nice.
So stay tuned.
I never got to like fully play that game, so
It's awesome.
I
It
look
doesn't.
forward
It's
Yeah.
very fun.
I look forward to you doing that because I've never played that game.
Yes, it's pretty fun. It's really fun.
Cool.
So where you at, Merc?
I am on all your social medias: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Tumblr, all Mark with the Mic, and SoundCloud, YouTube, all Mark with the Mic. The Facebook page is the RedCycloneInc and the Wrestling Babble page. We're very high on there. We're very, very talkative and interactive. So please be part of it. I am going to be watching the NXT Takeover UK in a few minutes. So I'll be putting polls up and see like that and see what you guys thought about the pay-per-view. So far, I heard it was fucking fantastic. I heard Tyler Bate and Jordan Devin stole the show. So
What? Damn. All right.
So I'm excited for that. Yeah, follow all our social medias. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
Because he got them. He's not supposed to have them sandwiches.
Yes. Don't punch him.
No sa-
No face
him.
punches. Only body punches.
Just hit him in the sandwich.
There you go. Hit him in the sandwich. And it might hit him. Peace out later.